Hi, today I'm talking about a beautiful book of a friend of mine that's called Black Lion, Live in the Wilderness from Sicelo Mbatha. Um, I hope I pronounced it correctly, and also all the different words within the book that and names that I might not pronounce correctly. Yeah, so without further ado, vividly, still today, I can see our 4 small mud huts perched on the side of a low rocky ridge overlooking a seasonal stream. Known as Umjoi for its salty water, my lonely little stream blanketed itself with wild ginger, wild lavender, and berries. A tall, ingenious rock rose behind our homestead like a lighthouse. In the late summer afternoons, I would climb the rock and lie on the warm stone, watching my whole village during cooking time, as the sun went down beyond the undulating sea of hills. The smell of futu, maize meal porridge, floated over the village, mingling with the smoke from many small fires. The air filled with the bleating and bellowing of the goats and calves galloping and playing with that singular, unimaginable freedom of being alive and present only in the moment, with no shadows from the past or future. On one such day, as I was watching the sunset, my heart suddenly filled with an emotion that felt too massive for my small body. There was such intense beauty in the world, the golden clouds scattered across the white sky, the gleaming grass heads catching the last rays, the animals playing below. It was as if all at once I could sense the unbounded wonder of nature and life and earth. I wept because I did not know how else to respond, how to contain this feeling. I was still weeping when I came home. My mother begged me to tell her what was bothering me, but I had no words to explain it. Our 4 mud huts stood precariously undermined by the termites and woodlice nibbling the foundation, but they offered a sturdy enough home to my mother, my brother Siyabonga, and my sister Makoshi. And me, I was the last born. My father spent his weekends off with us, and my mother always opened our home to anyone in need, so there was usually a few extra sharing whatever food we had. My mother is a very strong woman from the Ndwande clan, a most powerful clan that dominated until King Shaka took over the Zulu monarchy. In front of the homestead was a kraal of goats and a vegetable garden. Our fresh milk came from goats, as we did not have a cattle kraal until I was 6. I remember being deeply moved by the first cow that my father bought. It seemed that the cows brought warmth and dignity to the homestead. We boys always aspired to owning cows, for we truly understood their value, not only for milk. The oxen were used as means of transport and for plowing. When darkness came, we'd gather after dinner around the dancing fire and embrace the elders' storytelling. These stories reinforced the lessons of Ubuntu, the philosophical foundation of African community life, beautifully expressed in the saying, Umuntu Ubuntu Nabantu, which may be translated as I am because we are. Through Ubuntu, communities build strong bonds that enable them to overcome hardships. Burdens and joys are shared. Raising children is communal. We knew we could go into any homestead in the village to get food if we were hungry. Ubuntu helped our community to survive poverty through practices such as ukusikele, giving land for plowing, and ukusisela, giving livestock. This acknowledgement of our dependency on and responsibility towards one another can only truly be understood in practice. The stories carried messages of Ubuntu, of the need to help one another, to work in harmony, and to respect our elders. But they also stressed the need to respect nature and other life forms. We would drift in and out of sleep, the voices of the elders weaving through our dreams, carrying us deep into the essence of understanding, floating with us across the mighty rivers of our inner landscapes. We had duties from a young age, but in those days of freedom before I started school, there was plenty of time to mold clay cows by the stream, play traditional stick-sparring games with other boys my age, swim in the rivers, fish, and eat wild fruits. Sanele was my constant companion, and I followed him everywhere. At the age of 6, I started my daily duties of caring for a herd of about 60 goats. Along with other boys my age, I learned what I needed to know from an Inkwele, an older boy who acts as mentor to the younger ones. He taught us which plants and fruits were edible, what was poisonous, and what was medicinal. We learned how to keep our goats safe from predators and how to hunt and skin wild animals. I remember when I caught my first guinea fowl, I was with my brother. He took a white spotted feather from the bird and threaded it into my hair, then smeared the blood on my chest. He advised me to kill animals only for my survival, never just for entertainment. As a goat herd, I could spend all my time in nature. I was a small boy with innocent eyes wide open and an untarnished mind, eager to drink in everything around me. I learned to interpret the calls of the bush, to cross both streams and mighty rivers, or so they seemed to me, to track the hours of the day by the sun's journey through the sky, to read the clouds and anticipate the weather. I came to embrace the valleys and mountains, to appreciate the sunshine for its warmth and the cold for awakening up my senses, to rejoice in the exhilarating thunderstorms. I danced naked in the African rain under the shepherd tree, surrounded by the gentle bleating of my goats as they nibbled fresh leaves of the buffalo thorn. I discovered the varied textures of the earth's skin through my bare feet, from the rough, thorny bush veldt to the soft, cold river sands. My days and nights were bracketed by sunrise and sunset, moonrise and moonset. The gentleness in my heart was nourished by my daily responsibilities towards my goats. As I learned what it means to take care of others, I could swing my knobkerrie fiercely in the air, ready to take on any predators who wanted to steal my goats. I watched out for the marital eagles soaring above and stalking the young goat kids. I looked out for the hungry jackals. I spoke to all the predators, asking them to find their meals elsewhere. When my goats were fearful, I calmed them. When cold winds blew, I gave them warmth by finding sheltered grazing lands. I came to know each one with their black inquiring eyes and dangling ears. I used my senses to commune with them and interpret their needs. I thanked them for providing me with fresh milk. Some days I became a kid myself, galloping about playfully and leaping from rock to rock, while the older goats became my guardians. The pure love that the mothers shared with their babies ignited my soul. I resolved to training myself so that when I was in Sizwa, a young man, I would understand the unknown languages of animals and nature. The goats, the plants, and the trees, the landscape around me wove their way into my soul until they were all of me and I was all of them. There was no barrier between me and the life beyond my skin. Yeah, that was just a short excerpt of this wonderful book. Again, Black Lion, Live in the Wilderness, for Sicelo Mbatha. Get the book and inquire about one of his tours and sign up for them. And maybe I'll see you there. Maybe I won't, but I don't think anyone ever regrets going there, as far as I could tell from all the stories that he already told me. So yeah, get inspired and also hopefully get inspired. You don't have to. I sure did. And I wish you a wonderful day.